So I'll ask you the same opening question. How's camp been for the offensive line?
It's been going great. It's been a whirlwind experience for me, of course, because I got here 3 days before. So having to learn the offense in 3 days and then actually going to teach it, and then everything that the defense can throw at you. It'd be nice if they just stayed in one thing, but of course they'll give you different looks. So it's been quite an experience for me. Just trying to stay one step ahead of the game because, of course you have one installation, then the next, and so. But it's luckily we have a bunch of guys that have played before. They understand what it takes. They work well together, and I think as much of our success has been due to that fact because it's not their first rodeo, so to speak. A lot of those guys have played some football, so it's worked out well.
Are there times when they're teaching you?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, yes. Especially not everybody,
Right.
but Sean, for one, I'll ask a lot of questions of, and what would you do here, Sean? Just pretending like I'm asking a question, but really I want to find out myself what he would do. So that has happened some, but it's been. I'll tell you what, it's a extremely offensive line friendly offense. I mean, it's not. It's just a situation where there's not a whole lot of concepts, but there's a lot that we do off of that. So I think it really helps in that respect. It's not very difficult, to be honest with you.
You've been around this a long time. What is the benefit of guys having a full year of experience together? What does that usually translate to in a second season?
It means everything. I mean, it's. I happened to be with the Giants in the year that they were together for like 6, 7, 8 years, and it was just all the little adjustments that you have to go through, and we're talking inches a lot of times, maybe just a step here or just a little bit quicker on a twist or whatever. And if you played together, you have an understanding of what that's all about, and you've also sort of seen it all after a year. Guys that are just starting out this year, they need to go through some growing pains. Okay, versus this, don't do that. Whatever it may be, their twist versus draw, and they get beat. Well, then those guys aren't going to get beat this year because maybe they got beat last year. So it is a great benefit. They know how to communicate, and then to be honest, when the lights come on, that's when it really gets chaotic. And they've been through that, so they're not out there wide-eyed just trying to figure out what's going on. So I've been very impressed with the group, and I think they're going to have a great year.
With the importance of communication, as you say, and spacing and whatnot, how important is physicality, and how do you see that with this group?
Well, it's extremely important. That's offensive line is all about being physical. I mean, you can't go out there and fake that. I don't care what offense you're running or what you're trying to do. You've got to be able to be physical, and that's what, like Sean said, that's something I've been really trying to stress is finishing, playing physical, because there's misconceptions out there. Okay, we're spreading them out, so we're not very tough or whatever. That doesn't have anything to do with it. We're still coming off the ball, good pad level, and I think that some people would refer to it as a finesse offense if you spread them out. Well, that's not true. I mean, and we're going to make sure that's not true because we've got gap schemes, physical schemes. We're double teaming people off the ball. So I think one of the critical things for us is to make sure that we are physical and we do play hard.
How do you see the run game? Because obviously that was a kind of weakness last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sean alluded to it. The thing I love about this offense in this run game is that we're going to take what the defense gives us. We're not going to have to block extra guys in the box very much. We're going to be doing some sort of throw or bubble screen or something off of it to make them play honest. And that's so for that standpoint, I really have a lot of confidence that we're going to be able to run the ball. And obviously, it's hard to tell out there. We're just going against the defense, and it's not like we've done a whole lot of scrimmaging or anything like that. We've done our share, but it's still a lot different than. So we're going to find out a lot more about that coming up this week. But right now, I'm confident in the run game.
Matt mentioned being comfortable rotating 8 or 9 guys on the line that first game. Do you feel that same way? Are you confident in that many guys right now?
Absolutely, no question. I mean, I think that for sure we have 8, and we're working on the 9th, in my opinion. Obviously, that's a luxury. I don't think I've been too many places where you have certainly not over 8, and a lot of times you're praying to the good Lord that one doesn't get hurt because you feel like you got 5, So I think it is a real luxury. I do feel like we have some good young linemen coming along, And I think that's going to really help us this year.
Among your redshirt freshmen, who are the most likely candidates there at 8 and 9?
Well, Royce Newman, Ben Brown, I guess Ben is a true freshman. But those are two guys that kind of come to mind as guys that we're trying to bring along quickly, to just continue to get better. I'm not saying that, Royce might be a little bit ahead of Ben right now just because Ben just got here. But he's shown some promise, and I think that as the year goes on, he may be able to become the 9th. But for right now, I think Royce would probably be a guy that they're young, so they're not quite where Rod and Greg are, but we feel like they could go in and help us if they needed to.